Do you know who's second in the league in takeaways and number one in the AFC in takeaways? Are the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're 28 now. And Trevor Lawrence is playing the best ball of his life. And so going into Denver on Sunday with the Broncos having won 11 games in a row. And the Jaguars not having won a game against a team with 12 or more wins entering week 16 or later in the season ever. Jaguars have never beaten a team like that. They've never done it in their history. So with that as the setup, yesterday's game was viewed for the Jaguars nationally as a measuring stick. Liam Cohen and the Jaguars took that measuring stick and broke it off in the Broncos' orifice where the sun does not shine. That is a fact. That is a fact. They showed up salty. They showed up focused. They showed up with no fear and beat the Broncos in a way that the Broncos have not been beaten. Obviously, you could say that about a team that had won 11 in a row. And it also lost the 2 times this year by not having trailed a single second of the game in which they lost. They lost at the final gun. But every single thing that the Broncos have done right, the Jaguars face down and beat them in. Case in point, entering week 16, Denver had the number 1 red zone defense in the National Football League. Jacksonville went 4 for 5 in the red zone. Entering week 16, the Broncos had the number 1 third down defense in the National Football League. Jacksonville went 8 for 15 on third down. Come on. 53% third down conversions against a team that only allowed 31.9% coming into the game. The Broncos allowed a season-high 34 points. Jacksonville hit that high water mark in Denver, where Denver entered the fourth quarter trailing for the 5th time this year. The previous 4 times, they won them all. They came back and won them all. This time around, nope, they're picking off Bo Nix. They're telling Bo Nix, not today, not in your house. Not today. Wow. That was something else. And Trevor Lawrence is playing the best ball of his career.
Yeah, he is.
4th straight game with 2 or more offensive touchdowns and no giveaways. That's the longest streak of his career. Since the Week 8 bye, after the London game I called, and the Rams beat the brakes off of them, and the Jaguars were committing so many penalties before that game, and then they did it in that game, that, again, Liam Cohen on his Wednesdays, his game-breaking Wednesday moments that he has with his team, his presentations that he does to the team on Wednesday. He would show video of the game breaker on the other team saying, we can't let this guy beat us. He would put up a Jaguar logo saying, we're beating ourselves. We're the game breakers here. These are the ones that were breaking the game. You are. On yourself. That's the team that emerged out of London into their bye. Since that day, they've only lost once, and it was blowing a 19-point win in Houston, and they haven't lost since that day. They didn't let that break them either. They're stout. They're strong-willed. Since that Week 8 bye, Lawrence has 22 offensive touchdowns. Career high 26 passing touchdowns. He ran another one in yesterday. Getting first downs with his legs. This is the guy from Clemson that we saw.
So we've been waiting for.
You know who else is? Travis Etienne Jr.
Yep.
13 scrimmage touchdowns this year. That's a career high. Jacoby Myers, since the trade, they give him a 3-year deal that the Raiders wouldn't, and look what he's doing. He's balling out. Parker Washington has now emerged. This is all without Brian Thomas Jr. and the 2nd overall pick, who had the best game of his career in London and then blew his knee out. Travis Hunter's not even part of this.
Right. Nope.
Crazy. 28 takeaways now. It's their 9th game in which they've had multiple takeaways in the game. They're tied for the most in that department with Chicago. Trevor Lawrence after the game, he's balling.
The team's coming together. I feel like we have a lot of confidence, but we don't take our preparation for granted. You can't just show up and win games in this league. You got to prepare the right way, and you got to have that edge and that mindset come Sunday. And I think that's something our team does a really good job of, is playing with that chip on your shoulder and that edge and attacking people and getting after them. And I think that's something that's been huge for us. Can't be understated. So we have to continue to do that. You know, you're not just going to show up on Sunday and win games, no matter who you're playing, and especially against a good team in Denver. So proud of the guys, and we came ready to go.
Two-way weapon, running, throwing. Just a two-way weapon, sort of like what he's putting in his hair, shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah, he needs both with that. I literally thought you were going to be like, make a Josh Allen comparison or something like that. And I like your style, kid. I like
his style, clearly. I mean, Chris and I, we're always follically focused.
Great. What I would do for his hair.
I mean, I want his hair.
Killing it.
Forget you guys.
2-1. Jaguars 2-1. Threats on both sides of the ball. And also, man, I wanted to see Cam Little try one from 80 in the Rocky Mountain Air. I thought it was going to happen yesterday. Dude, they're killing it. They don't even need to try. They're not settling for anything. Not even Liam Cohen's not even settling for the blowing up of the narrative of nobody believes in the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Do you feel like this is a win that can change the narrative for your group?
We don't care. We really don't care about the narrative. I'm sorry to say that, but it's only helping us. So I want the narrative to keep coming.
He wants to keep playing the disrespect card. Well, too bad, Liam. You're playing too damn good.
L.I.M.
Too damn well.
L.I.M.
Too bad, man.
Just a small market team, right?
Small market.
You're referring to this soundbite from Sean Payton prior to the game.
As you look at him and you watch the tape, it's a smaller market, but you see a real good team.
Okay, so that clearly filtered back to the small market in Duval County. Because after the game, listen just how smoothly Liam Cohen threw this one out there. Just listen to the smoothness of it. Hit.
Great team effort. Just thankful that, a small market team like us can come into a place like Mile High and get it done.
Without even breaking a smile. Liam Cohen, you have all the respect in the world. You can't keep playing that card anymore. And by the way, that confidence, that talking with his chest, we saw it, kind of spill out against Robert Saleh earlier this year. Mm-hmm. It's all working, though, right now. It all seems to be reined in and then spat out at the opponent in the proper way, in a healthy way, in a successful way. And that's just instilled in the quarterback right now. His play is off the charts. And guess what? Jacksonville now will be sitting back and watching the Monday Night Football game. If the Colts lose to the Niners, the Jaguars are in. So are the Chargers, so are the Bills. And if not, then they can do it themselves by visiting Indianapolis next week and sweeping them, and then taking a big, huge step towards clinching the division, which they can't do unless the day before on NFL Network, in a game that I call, the Chargers beat the Texans. The Jaguars, have split with Houston, and Tennessee is their last game at home. So we'll see what's up. And if New England loses once and the Chargers beat Denver in the last game of the year, if Jacksonville wins their last two, New England loses once, and then Denver loses their last game of the year to the Chargers, I'm just assuming they're not going to lose to the Chiefs on Christmas night, and the Jaguars win out, they're the 1 seed. I can't believe it. I didn't see that coming. When I said goodbye to them in London, I'm like, that's a team that's got too many mistakes, too many holes, too many this, too many that. And that was with Travis Hunter having the game of his career to date. Congrats, man. What they've done. Obviously, there's more to go, but you got to feel great about it in Duval. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.